So, having just finished uploading my latest video on the Lily and Jack Sullivan case, I was all set to jump on and give you a brief update on the Phoebe Bishop case, which is basically that this morning Bundaberg Police announced that they had completely suspended all searches for Phoebe Bishop. So we know that they had been searching in the Goodnight Scrub National Park area. And news last week was that they had suspended that search. But clearly they were still searching somewhere, because the news this morning was that they had completely ceased all searches for Phoebe. The other bit of information that I was going to share was that apparently at this point in time, Phoebe's boyfriend in Western Australia has not been interviewed in relation to the case, which is quite interesting, because I would imagine that he would be the first person that Phoebe would have confided in with regards to difficulties with her housemates. Now, like I said, that's what my update was going to be tonight. Short and sweet. But then I thought I'd better just quickly hop online. I wanted to just clarify that the search was called off, etc. And I came across some slightly more positive information. No, unfortunately, Phoebe has not been found, but we're still taking a step in the right direction. Okay, so I probably should back up first. For anyone who is not familiar with this case, Phoebe Bishop is a 17-year-old girl from Queensland in Australia. Queensland is in the northern part of Australia. She has been missing now since the 15th of May. She was due to catch a flight from Bundaberg Airport to Brisbane Airport and then on to Western Australia to spend time with her high school boyfriend, and she never made the flight. Story was that her flatmate, or flatmates plural depending on where you read the story, were supposed to have dropped her off in the vicinity of Airport Drive, and the last time she was seen, she was walking along Airport Drive pulling a suitcase. There's no evidence of this. The last footage they have of her is in the housemate's vehicle on Samuels Road, which is some distance from the airport. The house where she was staying plus the vehicle that was used to drive her to the airport were both declared crime scenes and were eventually given back to the two housemates, while there was, like I said, an extensive search in the Goodnight Scrub National Park area. Now, if you want a full account of this case, there is now a playlist on my channel that you can go to have a look at everything as it happened. Now, let's go back to talking about Phoebe's flatmates. By now you are probably familiar with these faces. On the left you have Tanika Bronley. She's one of the former housemates of Phoebe. And on the right hand side you have James Wood, who looks like a bit of a special person. So both housemates are currently up on firearm related charges and are due to appear in court at various times this month. And information that came out with regards to Tanika's charges is that the magistrate has said that she is not the main instigator and that she is a victim of DV. Well, given that Phoebe is a somewhat slight-looking individual, I'm guessing that Phoebe's not the one that is responsible for the DV. Domestic V. You know what I'm saying? YouTube doesn't like me saying particular words. That seems to tie in with the rumours of Wood being a somewhat violent individual, having had a bit of a history of violence. And that fits with tonight's news. So, according to Queensland Police, James Wood is now assisting them with inquiries into Phoebe's disappearance, meaning he has essentially been taken into custody and is being questioned over Phoebe's disappearance. They have, of course, made a point of saying that no charges have been laid as yet, but I think we can expect them to be coming.
It was here, outside a car dealership, that James Wood was arrested. Workers watched as police pulled in behind a car and pulled out their guns and demanded the 34-year-old leave the hatchback, which has been at the centre of the search for Phoebe Bishop. James Wood may be one of the last people to see her.
Do you have any comments on the disappearance of Phoebe at all?
I don't.
Phoebe, the teenage girl who missed her flight and made it into the hearts of a nation. James Wood is tonight still inside Bundaberg Police Station.
Michael Hammond joins us in the studio. Michael, James Wood is still being questioned.
Yes, almost 6 hours after his arrest, police have not laid any charges. By law, police are only able to hold him for 8 hours and question him for 4. If investigators want to keep him for longer, they'll have to get approval from a magistrate or justice of the peace. Otherwise, he'll be able to walk free. This is a huge development in the missing persons case, which really has captivated and saddened the nation. Katrina and Max, tomorrow is 3 weeks since Phoebe Bishop went missing.
Now, I don't know where things are at with Bromley, but some of the things we know about her, she was previously a NDIS worker. NDIS is the disability support program that exists in Australia. So she was actually working for Phoebe's mother. She has 2 children, and according to her family, she was doing fine until she got involved with Wood, who was a bad influence on her. So I'm hoping that maybe she will do the right thing, or has already done the right thing, and has probably realised that if she were to cooperate with police and offer information regarding Phoebe's disappearance, that at least that way she might have a chance of having a relationship with her kids as they grow up. Because honestly, if she gets arrested as accessory and she hasn't helped, she hasn't gone forward and helped with any information that she may have, she could be going away for a long time. And it's quite likely that by the time she finally gets out, her kids will be grown and won't want to have anything to do with her. So I hope for her sake and the sake of her children that she's going to spill the beans on Wood. That said, I mean, if she has been involved directly with whatever happened to Phoebe, then she deserves the full forces of the law as well. But if she is just someone who has been staying quiet for fear of violent reprisals from this jerk, then I hope she does the right thing now, and that will work in her favour, that's for sure. So I guess now we just need to hope that this new development will lead to charges and will lead to Phoebe being found and taken home to her family. So a rather short update, but hopefully, fingers crossed, the next update will be something a bit more substantial. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep Phoebe's family in our thoughts, and just pray that soon there is a resolution. So thank you for listening, and I will catch you in the next one.
I begin to wonder